Not going to pretend I'm not excited to be sitting next to Maggie Gyllenhaal. Thanks very much for being here.
My pleasure.
Maggie is an Oscar-nominated actress. She's a screenwriter, an Oscar-nominated screenwriter. She's a director. Her second feature film is The Bride. It's a reimagination of Bride of Frankenstein. But you're here to program a double feature here at the La Alliance, New York's Florence School Theater in Midtown. I think I got that right. It's a beautiful theater, and we thank them for hosting us. Maggie is here to do 2-for-1 for us, Nights of Cabiria and then Babette's Feast. Before we get into Nights of Cabiria, you were born into a movie family. So, I mean, from your earliest age, you and your brother Jake, I imagine movies were a big part of your life.
Yeah, it's true. We used to go see whatever movie had opened that weekend, kind of as a family until, I don't know, maybe by the time I was in 10th or 11th grade, I stopped going. But, you know, we used to just go see whatever opened.
Like that was just what the family did.
It was a nice thing, yeah. Like, you know, on Friday night, we'd go get dinner and we'd go see whatever opened. So I saw a lot of movies in the 80s and early 90s with my family. And then, yeah, it's funny. I mean, talking about Nights of Cabiria, my dad's favorite movie was always La Strada.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I rewatched Nights of Cabiria last night with my dad, who was visiting.
Your dad's Stephen Gyllenhaal, a filmmaker. Yeah.
And he realized as we were watching it, he says, I don't think I've ever seen this movie before.
So having La Strada be your favorite film and not seeing Nights of Cabiria seems insane.
Yeah, because of, well, Fellini, of course, and also Giulietta Messina.
Right, his wife, and one of the great actresses to ever live. And she's the lead in both the films.
I think she's like the most brilliant clown. And what makes her so brilliant is how totally real she is, while at the same time being on the kind of like level or like plane of clowning.
I'm gonna ask you what you mean by clowning, but first I'm gonna tell you that the basic story, she is a prostitute on the outskirts of Rome. As prostitutes go in making a living, she's done pretty well for herself. She owns her own little house. She's very proud of that fact. And her world is the other prostitutes who she bickers and argues and is friends with. And then a couple of circumstances are put into play, and that is the story in Nights of Cabiria, how that plays out for her. So what did you mean by
clown?
She's like the greatest clown? Because she's not, of course, literally a clown, but she is.
Well, as you described the just sort of general situation of the movie, it's unusual to have a prostitute clown.
Yes, it is.
You know,
and in 1957, when this came out, unusual.
Prostitute at all.
A movie where the heroine is a prostitute, all her friends are prostitutes, and in Italy, where there are prostitutes, but of course it being, you know, deeply Roman Catholic, no one would finance this movie.
Deeply Roman Catholic, I mean, the movie is like taking all that apart in the wildest way. I mean, let me say also, look, I played a sex worker on TV for 3 years.
That was in The Deuce.
In The Deuce.
Yeah.
I met so many women in that profession and loved that person I played. But why a clown? Okay, first of all, like, if anyone wants to argue that she's a clown, she literally has a black tear painted on her pale, beautiful face at the end of the movie, okay? Which I almost did to Olivia Colman in the last scene of The Lost Daughter.
That was your first feature film, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the first time you guys asked me to do this, it was around the release of The Lost Daughter, and I couldn't do it. So these movies came at first around that film. And I would say that Nights of Cabiria was a major influence on The Lost Daughter, but also very much true, too, for The Bride. And I think Jessie Buckley is, in some ways, you could even say, like, there's at least an aspect or a streak of her that is like a modern Giulietta Messina. But clown, I mean, there's literally a scene shot from behind where she's walking away in her black outfit and her little fur, and she sort of stops and pulls up her white sock, and it looks like a Charlie Chaplin shot. And at the same time, I mean, one of the things that's kind of alienating sometimes about clowns is that they're not very real.
That's right. There's an inauthenticity to them sometimes.
Or like a super heightened aspect,
That's right? One of the notes I wrote was that if you want to like experience the panoply of emotions that Giulietta Messina can deliver, just watch 8 or 9 seconds of the movie.
Yeah, totally.
You'll get 4 or 5
So
different
true.
emotions so quickly,
Yeah.
all conveyed with her eyes and the way she moves her face,
Yeah,
right, and
totally.
the angles that it's an understatement to call her one of the great actresses who ever lived. There's just no doubt
And
about
it totally holds up. You know, sometimes you see performances that were really praised in the 50s, and you think, okay, that's really of a time. Like, I get that it was considered brilliant, but it doesn't totally hold up. This one feels so modern and so, I mean, I had tears running down my face many times watching it and was smiling. I mean, I was like her watching it, you know?
Yeah. Maggie, thanks. We'll watch it and more to say afterwards. Here it is from 1957, won the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film, cast led by Giulietta Messina, Federico Fellini's Knights of Cabiria. Back with Maggie Gyllenhaal here at La Alliance, New York's Florence Gould Theater in Midtown Manhattan. Maggie, thanks very much for being here. It's great to have you on TCM.
Pleasure to be here.
Maggie just picked the film we saw as the first of her 2 movies, Knights of Cabiria. I mean, the end is, again, you go from this moment of anguish.
The end of this movie is incredible. I mean, you just watched it. It's ecstatic, you know, and it's able to be ecstatic because it comes out of, you know, the lowest possible low, you know, and she literally has nothing, you know, and
again, for the second time in the movie.
Right.
It is totally
no, but
taken
really this
time it's even.
I mean, she's literally holding that wad of money and offering it all for the possibility of love.
That's right.
And it's all taken from her. It couldn't be lower. And she somehow, out of that darkness, cracks open this light. And there's a moment in it as she turns and starts walking on that street with nothing. One of the random people walking down the street with her comes by on a motorcycle and says,
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I know the feeling, you know? And out of that comes the possibility of something new.
And if she isn't the actress that we just saw her for the previous 2 hours, it might not make sense. Like, why is she smiling now after this terrible thing happened? But with her, like, we totally believe it.
Yeah.
Completely. She earned every bit of our openness to an emotional switch like that in her.
And, you know, you care about her. I actually care about her. That whole sequence on the stage where she's hypnotized, the light is amazing.
In some ways, to me, that was the lowest point. Imagine, like, you're at this low point in your life, you weren't gonna own up to it, you get hypnotized, and you come out of it, and everyone's laughing at you, and you don't know why.
And there's that amazing shot where the camera's like rocking and goes like really quickly over into the audience, and everybody's laughing.
Right, because she's totally bewildered. It's so cruel.
Totally
right? The whole thing's
vulnerable.
cruel.
Yeah.
It's one of the many unkind things that she has to experience.
But people are also, you feel them stopped by her open heart. Even that old guy on the stage, the hypnotist, he's sort of...
No, he's worried about her.
He like looks at her and goes like, okay, I think I better stop.
Right, yeah.
Or of course, the guy who's gonna marry her at the end.
Which is why we believe him. Fellini had that actor, the French actor, Francois Perrier, put on the sunglasses at their last meal together so that he could, you know, do that to look at the money. Because Fellini was worried that we had to give some sign to the audience that he might do this. Like make us distrust, because initially, you're not really distrusting him. It seems like she might have found love.
Yeah.
You think the first time you saw it, you knew he was no good? Yeah.
I was worried he might not be good. Yeah. I mean, I was, but that, you know, I'm a woman in the world.
Yeah, I suppose that's right. I think every time I'm like, oh, he loves her. Oh, right. No, he doesn't. Yeah.
How about like also the whole sequence where the guy on the crutches and all of them are going to find La Madonna and see the...
Right, and ask for mercy. Right.
And I mean, how and where they even shot that and made that and are hoping for some kind of redemption or, you know, and she's like, really wants it and can't find it. And that guy, and ending that whole sequence with that guy believing he's going to be able to walk and then falling down on the ground.
The frenetic nature of that whole scene. It's not just the march, it's the religious carnival. But there's so many things happening at once. You're constantly losing people. It's an anxious scene.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't know where they're going, you don't know what they're going to do, but she finds her way in every circumstance.
Yeah.
She makes herself feel as comfortable as possible in every circumstance.
Yeah, she's got to survive.
Yeah.
And even though she's so full of feeling, I mean, she's got tears in her eyes all the way throughout the whole movie. She's like, I often think this, and you know, working with actors or being an actor myself, it's a luxury to be able to wallow in sadness. It's a character who's living in some kind of luxury to be able to just stop entirely and break down. It's much sadder. It's much more desperate. The need is much greater if you're having to like reach from rung to just survive, you know, which she's absolutely doing. She's looking for light. She's looking for brightness. Always, even though it's hard for her to find it. The other thing is she's working with her husband.
Yeah, Fellini.
You know, and obviously I work with my husband.
Peter Sarsgaard plays a detective very effectively in The Bride.
And also in The Lost Daughter.
Yeah, also in The Lost Daughter,
And
yeah.
I just finished a short yesterday that he's also in, and another early short we did together. And I love working with him, but I also just love having him on set when I'm working. You know, there's something really bolstering and exciting about it.
Yeah. Maggie Gyllenhaal, thanks very much. Maggie's work's not done. Coming up, another winner of the Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film, Babette's Feast from 1987, is next on TCM.
Next on TCM, Babette's Feast, then Blackout, and later, My Dinner with Andre. TCM picks up the check tonight.